Oops. Hey guys, this is Samir for Digit.in, and it's almost the end of day 2 out here at MWC from the show floors in Barcelona, and it's been actually a much better day than it was yesterday. I have a little bit of a layout of what the show floor looks like, and I could navigate my way to all these booths that I needed to see. And today, apart from seeing the new HTC smartphone, I got to see a lot of things to do with augmented reality and virtual reality. And that was the best part, because I got to actually play a flight simulator game on the HTC Vive VR. I'm actually on my way to the HTC booth just to give you guys a glimpse of what that looks like, and it was absolutely one of the best experiences I've ever had. When it comes to augmented reality, Epson had this really cool pair of augmented reality glasses, which are more for an industrial use. They're very, very expensive, but their use case scenarios are pretty great. Now, considering that Google Glass had one of its major flaws being in battery life, that the battery would not last for very long, this one comes with a portable battery pack, and that battery pack also houses the hardware that's actually powering it. So when you're looking through these Epson glasses, one use case scenario which they showed us was how you could fly a drone and actually look through the augmented reality glasses as to what the drone is looking at. So that was absolutely brilliant. Now I've reached the HTC booth, and I just want to give you guys a quick glimpse of what the virtual reality gaming setup was like, and it was really quite brilliant. So here's one use case scenario. So that is a dogfighting game, and you have the Mad Catz joystick and the Vive VR with a pair of headsets, and of course that's the monster CPU powered by the GTX 980. It was actually one of the best experiences I've had all day. Now the reason I can't stay and shoot there and keep talking about it is because you need permission to shoot, and I just kind of snuck in for 2 seconds, which was all right. But the experience of playing the dogfighting game was absolutely brilliant. The first VR game that I played was a demo of Crysis 3 and Alien Isolation. It was in one of the first builds of the Oculus, and it was a very nauseating experience. It wasn't a very pleasant experience to play those games, simply because you felt you felt like vomiting in a couple of minutes. But here I played a dog fighting game for a little over 10 minutes, and I can tell you, after the initial feeling of just trying to get used to what the feeling is of actually going 360 degrees in an aircraft in space, I was sorted. It was the best gaming experience I've ever had on the HTC Vive VR. And considering the number of sensors you need to put with the Vive VR headset, you need to put a bunch of sensors around your room just to get the head tracking right. This gaming experience was shown with just one sensor, so if you're someone like me who has a really small room that's dedicated to gaming and you have a PC set up over there, you can always just connect it and have just one sensor in that room, and the tracking was perfect. The joysticks used to play that game was absolutely brilliant. Just so you guys take a look at the show floor out here. This is what the show floor at MWC looks like. There's a lot of great stuff happening out here, so much stuff that's probably never going to come to India, but we still got a chance to see it. And it's absolutely breathtaking to see the kind of people and the number of people that come here to cover it. Speaking of augmented reality, one of the last videos that I did for today, and the one that came up on YouTube, which you will get to see, is the Invisible Museum that Qualcomm has put out. So it's essentially a bunch of 5 stands that are there with small things on them. Like one has a small building, one has a small figure, and all you see is that on the table. But once you put a tablet in front of it, on the tablet you see Qualcomm's technologies to do with 5G, to do with the smart home, the smart city. It's a very fun augmented reality way of showing you exactly what you need to see. I also got to spend some time with Gionee's new flagship smartphone. And here's a quick look at the Gionee booth as I pass it. Of course, it was a lot of action out here in the morning, with a lot of people coming to take a look at the smartphone. And if you can hear the music behind me, there's a lot of music, a lot of entertainment, a lot of energy. I mean, despite walking for 3 days, all I've done is walk. I still don't feel that tired. I still feel quite energetic. I know when I go home, I'm just going to pass out on the bed. But this place is just full of so many products to see, so much technology to see, so much technology to experience more than anything else. Speaking of a great experience, when I went to the HP booth, the HP X3, the new smartphone running on Windows with the Snapdragon 820, 4 gigs of RAM, that was brilliant. That smartphone is Microsoft's answer to everything that Android has been putting out, and iOS as well. And yeah, if the app ecosystem gets it right, it might just work perfectly. A very cool thing about the docking system with Continuum is that this dock is not made by Microsoft or HP, it's made by HP. It has Bang & Olufsen speakers on it. The phone was brilliant. It was, of course, not the final product, so it didn't feel as smooth as a Windows phone generally does. But the fact that HP is actually taking on the experience of Windows Phone for that corporate business user that needs a desktop on the go. There's a laptop accessory which only has a battery that you can either connect through Miracast or through USB Type-C as well. And that laptop essentially becomes your Windows experience through your phone. It can also charge your phone. HP claims it will have a 2-day battery life. What else? There's so much more that was happening. What else did I see? I saw the Cat S60 Smartphone, the smartphone with the thermal imaging in the camera. That was brilliant. There were actually people out there asking the guys who make the phone whether the phone can see ghosts, and if you're someone that follows any of these ghost hunting stories that come on television, we may just see this smartphone in action over there. We've of course seen a lot of famous booths, publications, everyone producing content out here. It's actually been quite the crazy journey, and I'm kind of on my way out. Day 2 has been quite exciting out here at MWC, but tomorrow is going to be even more exciting because Xiaomi is going to announce its next flagship smartphone, and so is Zoppo. Zoppo is going to announce the Speed 8 tomorrow, and I can tell you I've already seen the phone and I cannot tell you anything more. And stay tuned to digit.in, as I think we will be one of the first people to get the information out there to you. So yeah, the Zoppo Speed 8 was on the show floor for me to see, at least, not for everyone. That was a little bit exciting. And overall, it's been a great day too, more because now that I know how to navigate my way through the hall, I didn't spend as much time running around trying to find where I needed to go and where I needed to be. Okay, so Adib is asking, do you think this is the year for VR? Are you able to see a lot of VR? So yes, this is the year for VR. I had a chance to experience the LG VR headset as well. Of course, that was in addition to motion as well. They put us on a roller coaster ride where the chair shook. But if products like the HTC Vive can do what they promise, even PlayStation VR, and even the Oculus Rift, of course the Oculus Rift is priced sky high. If these products can deliver on what they've promised, or at least what we've seen in terms of their demos, yes, then I think that this is the year that VR and AR might just be the next big thing. I mean, speaking of gaming in particular, if motion gaming is something that you were never interested in, then you probably had the same apprehensions when it came to VR and augmented reality. But no, after experiencing VR today, I can tell you that the scope for VR and AR gaming is a lot. So Naveen is asking, any other Windows mobiles? Yes, there is the Lumia 650 at the Microsoft booth. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get there yet. Maybe tomorrow I will try to get my hands on the Lumia, the new Lumia phone from Microsoft. It's of course not as high-end as the HP device, but nonetheless, I will still try to get. It's the end of day 2. Day 3 is still there. Tomorrow's main launches are going to be the Xiaomi smartphone and the Microsoft phone for you guys. So essentially that was it. I'm pretty close to the exit on my way out. Oh, any new Android? Well, there are a lot of Android smartphones that are announced. I have seen Android smartphones that will never see the light of day in India from companies and brands that I'm sure you've never heard of. But if you want to check out all the Android smartphones that were announced at MWC that are relevant to the Indian market, log on to digit.in/MWC and you can really just check out. We've done such a comprehensive coverage of all the smartphones announced out here. It's insane. So go check that out. There are a lot of Android smartphones out here. You'll get more detailed information and specifications. Any news about the Mi 5? The Mi 5 is coming out tomorrow, so there is no information out here. Xiaomi's press conference is not at the MWC booth, it's at a different place. So I'm actually just going to wait to get to that location and then figure out the details of the Mi 5. So nothing on that as of yet. Anything new on iOS? There are a couple of iPhone accessories. If you log on to Digit's YouTube channel, I just did a video about external hard drive that works with iOS. You can check that out. Ashwin's asking, any best of them you refer? Well, I'm not going to comment on anything right now because this is still just a preliminary look at all these devices. We're going to wait to get them in for review to see how they perform and then give a final verdict. Dhruv Patel is asking, what about the Galaxy S7 Edge? Well, the Galaxy S7 Edge is the Galaxy S6 Edge with the updated hardware in the same form factor, the same materials used. It's a good looking phone. If you have the Galaxy S6 Edge, you really don't need to upgrade to this one. The S7 Edge is curved edges on both the sides. The number of apps that exploit the Edge display are a lot more this time around. So yeah, it's actually a pretty good phone, but like I said, we'll wait for the launch in India to figure out and see how it performs. Now Aditya is asking, what about the HTC M10? No, the HTC M10 was not at MWC. We saw the X9, if I'm not mistaken, with the model number, which is a mid-range phone, MediaTek powered. Pretty decent looking phone, but like I said, we are reserving all our judgments for our reviews when these smartphones hit the Indian shores. Animesh is asking about Sony's next flagship. Well, Sony didn't have a flagship. They had two mid-range phones, the X and the XA, announced out here at MWC. You can log on to our website and check out details of those phones. Any news from OnePlus? Adib is asking. No, Adib, there is no information from OnePlus out here. OnePlus has been absent from the Mobile World Congress. Ashwin is saying, any new Sony phones mid-range? Yes, like I said, the X and the XA are there. You can log on to the website and check out our detailed coverage of that phone. We have a video and a news story out as well. Yes, there is the Helio X20 powered smartphone. It's the Zopo Speed 8, but we can't talk about that much because it's under embargo till tomorrow. I have seen the phone, but like I said, it's only tomorrow when you will be able to get all the details. I'm sorry, I can't say anything more. So yeah, about the LG G5. The LG G5 is a great phone. It's actually showcasing what modular phones can be in the future. You can swap out the base, which has the battery, so you have a swappable battery in a flagship phone, which is great for those of you that travel with a phone and don't want to worry about the battery life because you have a spare battery pack in your bag. You can also have a camera housing called the Camera Plus that attaches in its place, and it gives you a grip, shutter button, a recording button, and a zoom toggle as well. It's the tip of the iceberg for what modular smartphones will be able to do one day, but yes, the G5 has proven that modular smartphones can exist and it works really, really well. The camera housing also adds a little bit of juice to the device, so it does increase the battery life as well. Any news on the Tony is asking, any news on the iPhone 5ES? No news on the iPhone 5ES. Apple never does anything at MWC, and this year is no different. Another question from Snehasis is, what about the Mi Note 3? Again, Xiaomi is going to have its press conference tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Spain time, and we will get you all the information from the show floor there, so don't worry about that. We will be there. We will live cover the event. You can log on to our YouTube channel to watch the event live, or log on to digit.in to get all the scoop. And that's all I have breath for right now, actually. It's been a great day 2 at MWC, and I hope it's going to be a great day 3 as well. What about the new upcoming iPhone? Apple never announces anything at MWC, Praneeth, so we'll have to wait for an Apple event to get a look at the next iPhone. I hope I could answer most of your questions. As always, you can always write into us with your questions, and we'll do our best to get back to you. This is me signing off from the MWC show floors on day 2. I will catch you tomorrow as well. Until then, stay tuned to digit.in/MWC for all our coverage. I'd really request you to check out our YouTube channel. We've got some great videos of some great products from here. So we'll catch you tomorrow. It's goodbye for now.